Hello everyone and welcome to yet another video on Tutorials Point with me, Richa. Today under the Hospitality Management module, we will talk about ownership and affiliation. Well, if you are a traveler and like to check into different types and kinds of hotel, it is always good to know the hotel that you are checking into, whether it's owned by the people who are having that hotel or it's been affiliated to another chain of hotels. So in this module, we will talk in detail about ownership and affiliation. Let's see what is there on the agenda for us today. Well, we will talk about chain with a brand affiliation. We'll talk about hotel chains. We will also talk about administration, management, as well as advantages of a chain hotel. Now, chains which have a brand affiliation, well, if you have checked into hotels like JW Marriott, Jumeirah, Taj Group of Hotels or Oberoi Groups of Hotels and Resorts, as well as Four Seasons, Hilton, etc. These are all hotels which are run by a particular group of people, or it's like an affiliation or a chain of hotels. So to give you an idea, it's a non-equity type of affiliation, which is franchisee, management contract and marketing consortium. It is prevailing amongst hotels which are affiliated to their foreign chains, while hotels affiliated to domestic chains are fully or partially owned by the chains. Well, it is just to simply state that if you are checking into any of these kind of hotels which are having a chain of hotels in different cities and different locations, but they are run by the same group of people who are known as the owners of that particular hotel. Let's take a look at what are chain hotels. Well, a chain hotel is a hotel that is part of a series or a group of hotel which is operated by the same company or owner, which is opposite of an independent hotel. It is a chain affiliated hotel. So a company like, for example, Taj or Oberoi or even Hilton for that matter is run by a group of people or the owners of the same company. But however, it's something which is opposite of an independent hotel, which is not related to any kind of chain or group of hotels. Talking about administration of a chain of hotel, well, you might wonder if it is somebody who's operating same group of hotels in different cities and location, how are they able to administer it and manage it? Well, very simply stated, a hotel chain therefore is an administrative company that manages a number of hotels having the same name, for example, Taj or Oberoi or even Hilton, but being located in different areas and cities. They can be totally or partially owners of the hotel and they manage the administration, marketing as well as promotion for that particular hotel. So people who are actually owning or managing that particular hotel, or administrative people who are looking into the day-to-day operations of the hotel, the marketing, the promotions and any kind of things which will help them to promote their particular chain of hotels is something which is known as the administration of a chain hotel. Looking at the management of such kind of hotels, well, the terms of management, the chain hotels provide the same services as that of a franchisee agreement. So the brand, the strategy, reception, everything remains the same like a franchisee hotel. However, additionally, there is an agency or an agreement, which means that the brand operates the hotel as well as making all the day-to-day decisions on behalf of the owner of that particular hotel. So there is a third-party vendor or an agency which looks into the day-to-day operations and management of that particular chain of hotels. And that is how a management of a chain hotel really functions, by a third-party agency. Well, let's look at the advantages of a chain of hotels. It is not easy, as I mentioned, to manage so many, chains of hotels in different cities and locations, but there are definitely a lot of advantages to that. Chains and affiliation network provide more resources and access to more customers. So many people know your brand and they come and check in because of your brand name of, for example, a Hilton or a JW Marriott. These are all brands which people know and can access from any place. Revenue based on calculation of supply and demand. Advertising and communication of the whole chain. So if, for example, there is a promotion being run for Taj Group of Hotels or Hilton or Marriott for that example, it is going to be the same communication for all across in different cities in India as well as abroad. So marketing, strategizing, everything works everywhere irrespective of the area or location that that chain of hotel is in. Larger hotel chains have a better negotiation power. Definitely, if you are affiliated, if your hotel is affiliated with the chain of hotels, you will definitely have better negotiation skills because you know the top orders are coming from the bosses who are owners of that particular hotel. On the other hand, friends, independent hotels are something absolutely opposite to the chain of hotels. Let's take a look at what is an independent hotel. An independent hotel is a hotel that is independently owned as well as run. It doesn't allow any other third proprietor to use the name or the brand. Basically, all of the hotel which is not related to hotel chains are considered to be independent. For example, you have hotels like Belmont Hotel or Hotel Bawa International or Hotel Sea Princess. These are all independent hotels which are not run by a third-party company. They are owned independently by the person who has put up that hotel and done the infrastructure of that hotel. They only own the hotel, they only manage it. There is no franchisee of that particular hotel, and that is why they are known as independent hotel. Let's take a look at in detail what are independent hotels and their benefits and advantages. They can offer outstanding personalized hotel service. Nowadays, customers have become very finicky and they want everything to be customized according to their own whims and fancies. And hence it becomes important to personalize and customize things for your clients in order to get them always to come back to you. Hence, boutique and independent hotels are very, very unique in the way they function. They have greater creative freedom. These independent hotels can take their own decisions, they can think out of the box, they can be very, very creative in terms of decorating the hotel or even smaller aspects of running their day-to-day expenses, etc. So they have a lot of creative freedom, which is not the case for a chain of hotels because they are stuck to what the top bosses always say. They are much more agile than their chain counterparts. Well, an independent hotel has the flexibility and the adaptability to move location and to do things the own way they would want to do. They are not stuck by orders which are given from the top. So independent hotels have that advantage of being more agile. They can focus all of the energy as well as resources and attention on one hotel only, and that becomes a major advantages for independent hotel. When you focus all your energy and all your resources on one particular project, that definitely gives you a long-term benefit for all your customers as well. Well friends, showing you a little statistics and data which was taken in the year 2017 for various segments revenue share in the Indian hotels. Well, as you can see, the major chunk, 53% of independent hotels was checked into by the domestic consumers or your domestic clients and customers who check in for pleasure as well as for spending time with their family and friends, and that's a major chunk of 53%. Next comes into picture the 24%, which is your domestic business travelers who check into hotels, independent hotels, for business purposes and work purposes. 23% is dominated by international people or the foreign counterparts who come to India in order to stay in a domestic or an independent hotel for their own purposes, and that's what is all of this statistics all about. Well, as you can see, independent hotels or chain of hotels, it again depends on your choice completely, depends on what you would like to check into, depending on what kind of services that you like in that particular hotel. Well, I do hope you have enjoyed listening to this particular module on ownership and affiliation of hotels. Thank you for liking us and thank you for watching us. Please keep listening, more videos coming your way. Thank you.